Hello everyone, I'm Day-Glo Buffalo and I'd like to welcome you to this new Let's Play series. As the title says, we are playing the Stanley Parable. Now, I know this is an older game, but I've managed to keep myself pretty much spoiler-free. So this is going to be a blind Let's Play. So, without much further ado, let's see what this is all about. So, let's begin the game.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
I take it we're in control now. Yes, we are. So here we are, Stanley, employee number 427 in room 427, and we press buttons for a living. That sounds actually like a pretty cushy job. Wonder what the benefits package is like. So, we've got a phone, we've got a computer, but I don't think we can interact with anything. Ooh, pencil sharpener. And a mug. But I can't read what's on the mug. There's certainly something written on it, but... Anyway, I can't read it. And we've got a bunch of file cabinets in our office. So... well, we got up from our desks and we stepped out of the office. Why are the lights off? Why are we sitting in the dark? It's not very good for your eyes. Just the desk lamp in the back. Okay, let's see what's going on outside. Hello? Anyone here? Am I the only idiot who shows up for work? Is everybody on vacation? Is the company closed and nobody told me? 427. Yep, that's definitely us. And here's 428. But we can't get in. 429.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Are they gone or did they not show up? It's kind of a difference there. It's subtle, but it's different. 3-1 and 3-6, they have cubicles.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Cubicles. Actually, I used to work in a place that had cubicles similar to this with these L-shaped desks. We have old-style desktop computer. Did we just step on a chair? That's not very professional, Stanley. You don't do that. This guy's computer's different, but it's on. Oh, and we turned it off. I hope he saved his work, because otherwise he's going to be pretty damn angry. Got a copier and 437. Let's see. Nice painting. Well, it's not a painting, it's a photograph. What am I saying? Corporate art. Okay, where's the meeting room? 426, 425. Did anybody show up for work today? No, I'm the only idiot who actually came in. I take it we can't open closed doors. This guy seems like he actually had a program running. And we shut off his computer as well. So we can only go through open doors. 417. Do people get more important as their numbers get lower? Like number 1 is the boss? 415. Oh. That's kind of ominous. An empty office lit from the outside with 3 chairs.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Did we? Now, of course, now the temptation is to enter the door on the right, because if the left is what furthers the game's plot, then the right might give some extra exploring, maybe lead to a dead end, and then we can go back and check out the left. I wonder if anybody went through the left on the first time. That'd be interesting to get some stats on that. So, of course, we're going to go through the right. If the voice says we're going to go left, we go to the right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Well, you know, if there's a meeting going on, the best thing to do is to avoid it. 445. We've got, whoa. That looks kind of unsettling. So, we're on our way to the employee lounge. Another empty office. Why do the ceiling lights not work in the offices? That's terrible for the employees. Where is what is it? OSHA, the office for like employee safety and stuff. Where are they when you need them? Only the hallways are lit by the ceiling lights. Everything else has got only these crappy desk lamps.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room.
Well, I'd like to...
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I'd certainly like to think so. Maybe we could... Besides just drinking...
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Well, I mean, seriously, if your co-workers have vanished, you know, the first thing you go is go to the break room and take a giant break, because of...
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
If nobody else is gonna work, I'm certainly not gonna work, so I'm gonna hang out in the employee lounge. Maybe take a nap on the couch.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue, but when a long time had passed and there was no more, he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
I see what you did there, game. Well played. The thing is that there is more dialogue because I'm adding it. Riveting, I know. Cold drinks, please. I want a drink. Actually, I am kind of thirsty. Coffee maker. Doesn't work. So I guess.
But at last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
And we're back in a hallway. First door on our left. Goes down here. is something else. A4. Now this looks like a maintenance corridor, and that looks like a drafting office of some kind. Got blueprints.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Huh. Well, certain there's nobody around to fire me now, so I can be as bad at directions as I want to be. And this is the warehouse. Got a forklift that I presume we can't drive, we can't even access it, we can't jump, so we can't vault over the fence. So let's see. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, $1,000. Penalty for jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000. Well, if it causes death, what, you're gonna get the $5,000 from my family? That's very corporate, you know, that's just like a corporation. Your husband's dead, but you owe us money. 'Cause he was dumb enough to die.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
There is no her. I bet you anything there is no her. You're just trying to make me do what you want me to do. Of course, if you close and lock the doors behind me and I can't go back, it's gonna be a lot harder to do what you want me to do.
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Well, I'm all for putting work aside. This is the only way you can go, further into the warehouse. See, you keep closing. Oh no, this door actually opens. Never mind. But the others didn't. This is kind of dark. Can we take the lights with us, maybe? Whoa.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
What kind of room is this? I mean, how did they get this past corporate? Hello?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
See, I told you there was no her.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Okay. Please, hello, neighbors. Somebody. I'm being terrorized by a disembodied voice. That's an interesting lamp to have out in the hallway.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Good morning, employee 427. Press X on your keyboard. So we have a mannequin in kind of a pretty sparse kitchen, which that stove looks ancient. And we have a microwave and a fridge. Okay, that's TV. And, wow, kind of a picture of a corporate office. And we can't get into what I presume is our bedroom. And our bathroom. What if we have to take a pee? So, press X on our keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Well, you know, that actually covers most jobs.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Actually, no, most people don't have a choice. They have to live this life because otherwise they'd starve to death and they wouldn't have a roof over their heads. Please press O. X-C-O. No, that's not spelling out anything, so let's press O. Hello? Or is it 0?
But in his mind,
0.
In his mind he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Please press 5 to watch TV. Now we're talking.
And so he began to fantasize about his own job.
Where's my TV?
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
That would actually be... Well, you know, it's kind of nice because nobody bugs you. But at the same time, if the person writing your paycheck is also vanished, you're not getting paid. So what's the point in going to work? Press A to spend time with the boys. What boys? My coworkers, I presume. Because, well, you can't have boys with a mannequin. So
He went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
press C to prepare dinner. I'm probably not gonna get dinner.
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Of course, we didn't get any dinner. Please press X to tell your kids a story. What kids?
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Actually, you know what this reminds me of? The movie Brazil. Kind of, you know, this idea of living a humdrum life and, like, escaping through your fantasy. Good movie, by the way. Very good movie. Please press 9 to tell your wife you love her. Well, tell my mannequin I love her.
But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
So, we're back in our office. Please press I to go to sleep in our office.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Please press K to be at work in the morning. Of course, if I don't press the button, probably the game is not going to continue, so I am kind of screwed. I either press the button and the game continues, or I don't press the button and we're stuck in this room forever. So it will actually be exactly like work. It is 3:30. Or is no, wait a second. It's 10 to 6. I thought the back of the minute hand was actually the hour hand, but it's not. So anyway. So we have to press K and the voice is going to tell us, I told you so. He had to press the button.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
A mirror, maybe? Please press U to question nothing. Well, I always question everything on principle. But, of course, I can't question everything. I can only question nothing. Oh well.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again.
Please die.
Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again. And Stanley pushed a button. And I
Okay. Did we die? Okay, the end is never loading. Or the end is loading, actually. Alright, we are back in our office. Again. We just were in our office, but we're back. And, well, the space outside our office has changed.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
And it is, as always, that all closed doors are locked.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh well, let's try the left door then. Okay, that guy left his monitor on. Okay,
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Let's see. Whoops. Using slide to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on all the text. This will ensure everyone is unique. You most of all. Number of slides on the slide. Rate at which charts on the same slide depict the same information. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. Please, no more charts. The Boss Appreciation Minute. On your Boss Appreciation Minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out in triplicate and return to your boss. Solving interpersonal conflict. If you ever find yourself in a conflict with another diligent employee like yourself, but more inclined towards conflict, unless you're the kind... Okay. What are your dreams for the future, man? Looks kind of like those inspirational poster thingies, which I really, really loathe. Tips for not getting fired. Talk less. Do unbelievably amazing work all the time, every day, with no expectation of promotion or recognition or payment. How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside. Take out passive-aggressively on other coworkers. Resent coworkers for not supporting you more. I think this is going to go on for a very long... Oh, no. We're back. Okay, we're circled around to the first slide, finally. What is hot? Profits, 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 profits. Profits, profits. So, 5 out of those 6 things are the only things that matter to a corporation. What do people want? Things, money, more money. Things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs. Graphs about things and money. We have our new product. Maybe they want things with money in it. Bi-quarterly, post-review, review. Man, I remember meetings like this. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. 8bird, we're broke Wednesday. IT department, financial panic meeting. Bosses inspection, ideas and development, mergers. Yeah, I think you can probably spend some hours in this room. Just looking at all the stuff. Probably some Easter eggs in here. Targets. Who moved my desk? Is that an Office Space reference? To do, synergize core value expenditures. Yes, please. More catchphrases. Because that's what the world really needs. Shift global market paradigm. Probably not parade, but paradigm. Monetize free to play. Oh god, it gets worse. And here we go. Broom Closet, yes.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
There's a broom! What do you mean nothing here? There's a wrench, a huge wrench. We could probably wrench some doors open.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet.
And
no reason to still be here.
There's duct tape. You can do anything with duct tape. You know what? And on that...
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Duct tape, dude! Anyway, and,
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why? Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
I am trying to end the video. So I can segue out of this video and then start the next one.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
If I go back outside, will you shut up and let me finish? Please?
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
I will end you. I will find you and I will end you.
Stanley was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
Now you're just going GLaDOS on me.
Well, I've come to a very definite conclusion about what's going on right now. you're dead. You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here, when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose.
How do you alert somebody if you're dead?
Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway. Ah, second player, it's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Oh, don't test me. Anyway, can I end the video now, please? So, hopefully we're not going to get interrupted. But we've gone on long enough, so for now, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like or a comment below. Subscribe to stay up to date, and I will see you in the next part. So until then, have a good one.